Hello and Happy New Year. I just wanted to take a moment to share with you a way to honor the New Year's transition, right? The shift from 2024 into 2025, just to sort of support the cleansing and clearing of the field, leaving the past in the past, allowing the future to be in the future, and taking a moment to be here in the present. There's so many different ways that energies and ideas and experiences can sort of remain attached. And so this is one way that we can support ourselves and sort of clearing those attachments and allowing us to be more here and now in what we're stepping into. So if you want to work with this practice, this is what I recommend. And of course, you can adapt and adjust and make it true to you, but just to sort of keep it simple, first thing that you're going to want is a piece of paper or your journal. And whatever it is that you're using, I just want to use this to give you a little idea. You're going to make 13 sections. And they don't have to be big. These are going to be sections where you're going to jot some ideas and some reflections. When I did this practice, I took two sheets of paper and I folded it first like an envelope and then in half and created obviously 6 little spots here. And then once you do that, so once you decide how you're going to get your little sections, you can go ahead and this is how I did it, like write the months up in the top corner or wherever so that you know what the sections are signifying. And beginning with December 2023. So when I hosted this event recently, it was December 30th of 2024, so just about a week ago. And we began with where we all were about 1 year ago that day. So just taking you're going to take a moment and kind of get yourself into that space of where was I for New Year's? That's a milestone moment collectively. So whether you went big, whether you went small, it doesn't really matter. It just helps us to trigger our memory for like what was going on at that time. And so that's going to be your first little box or section. And so once you have that organized, I recommend you put on some chill music, maybe a little lo-fi. There's a link in the email that came with this. When we did this practice, we listened to East Forest's album On Being Born. Just some nice low-key music to support the process. And then I recommend setting a timer, maybe just setting it for like 7 minutes, just so that you know you don't have to go forever. This isn't about needing to deep dive into anything or really, like shovel into the grit to get all of the information. It's more like a gentle recall. What do I remember? And so setting the music, setting the timer, you've got the organization. Once that's all there, what you're going to do is you're going to go through, and in each section, you're going to allow it to capture, writing down any major themes, accomplishments, challenges, patterns that were arising, emotions, events, anything that comes up for you that year. Maybe you felt stuck. Maybe it was like nothing happened this month. Okay, totally cool. Maybe there was a dominating emotion. Maybe you traveled. Maybe you went on a trip. Maybe there was a big interaction with someone. So whatever that is, you're just going to kind of allow that flow. You can start, December of last year, what you did for New Year's, what was going on in your life. And begin to, allow that to flow for the rest of the year, all the way up until this past December. And then And I say start with 7 minutes just so that you can kind of take a breath at that moment, take a regroup. I would then recommend doing it for another 7 minutes. So at least this is about a 15-minute activity at the minimum. And that's just so that we know too that, it doesn't have to take forever. But of course you can go more or less based on what works best for you. And then once you get through that first 15 minutes, and maybe for some of you it happens before this, maybe for some of you it happens a little bit after, going through and kind of circling or highlighting, underlining, whatever denotes that for you, the big themes, the things that are showing up for you, maybe any lessons. And it's powerful to hold in mind when we reflect on our experiences, all of them, right? The pleasant, the unpleasant, the more neutral. Just sort of, I love to hold this like rhetorical question. What am I learning here? How is this serving me? It invites us to sort of step out of the story that we're experiencing and opening into this observer view. And if there's any way then that you want to use this to support you and looking forward, it can be a powerful practice for what's next. But here we are simply talking about how to move into the present moment and transition into this new year in relationship to that which we've just experienced. So have fun with this. Reach out with any questions. I'd love to hear about your experiences if you do choose to engage it. Happy New Year.